Well, when we talked about keys to the Vols opener against UT Chattanooga last week, we said stay healthy, get some confidence. They did both. Tennessee just scored again, 69-3 over UT Chattanooga, off and rolling on the 2024 season. Welcome to the Food City Locker Room, presented by Garza Law. This is the Players Show. By the way, the whole get healthy thing, if I do remember correctly, I was the only one that said that. You guys were run up and down the field, gain some confidence. Jason Swain, Chris Brown, happy with the performance?
Absolutely. You can't help what happens sometimes with getting injured, but you can try to prevent it by keeping guys out, but can't save everybody.
Key number one for me, that's not key number one, but the staying healthy was a key. But for me, I was so glad to see Dante Thornton come out and play well.
Dante Thornton was a big thing. Obviously, when Dante came here, we looked for him to be this big splash play guy. Yeah. We had him on this show last year, and he kind of talked about that. Didn't really stay healthy last year, but boy, did he show out yesterday. It was very nice to see what he did, and it's very nice to see where he came from.
Well, two things. Number one, he was probably out of position last year. He was more comfortable playing on the outside. So playing in the slot, he was around that clutter. And I thought he was trying a little too hard. Sometimes you can clench your hands too much. You got to have relaxed hands to catch the ball. And several of those drops last year, I think, contributed to that. And then playing on the outside, he was more comfortable playing on the outside. We saw that last year in the Mizzou game, and then this year, big plays he made on Saturday.
I remember you mentioning that was stop, don't press. I mean, we had him on the show. You can really see that he was pressing, trying to catch the ball, overthinking. He was wanting to get in and make such a big reaction and such a big play. I think the moment kind of got a little big for him, but it was very nice to see him running under those passes and doing what he did yesterday.
Well, here in just a bit, Cooper Mays is in studio. Zakai Zeigler is in studio. Apparently he plays the cello. We didn't know that, and now we do.
Does everything.
But what was nice is that Tennessee comes out with this offensive line. We've heard about it. We all hear about Nico. But Tennessee, the coaching staff, tried to kind of play it a little bit safe at the beginning. A lot of running the football.
Yeah, I think that's important. You have to run the ball, and I think Heupel wants to do that. That's his MO. He wants to run the ball. Obviously, we've gotten a lot of veteran guys. It's good to have Cooper back. You got Lance Hurd. You got Big John Brown. But those guys are ready to play, and I think Dylan Sampson showed how special he can be and what he can do as well.
Well, this offense is built on a running game, period, point blank. It gets everything going from a tempo standpoint. You see the passes to the outside quick. That's an extension of the run game, but that starts everything. And then once you get to 2nd and 3 or 2nd and 4, then you see this tempo really amp up.
I was really interested to kind of see and hear, and we can talk to Coop later about it, but the in-helmet communication between the coaches and how that was. I think we saw Tennessee play a lot more quick. We kind of saw that 2022 version of Tennessee getting to the line, kind of pushing forward, and I think it helps when you have a veteran offensive line and you have guys like Cooper Mays back calling the fronts.
The technology that stood out to me was on the sideline. Yeah. The tablets that were being shown. Hopefully Cooper will talk about this a little bit later, but they were able to see the play before and make adjustments on the fly, kind of like the NFL.
Cooper will only talk about that if the guy who's asking the question, which is Zakai Zeigler, asks the question. So I'm sure he's paying attention.
He's listening.
Over there. By the way, the guy that plays the cello. And that is the misnomer, I think, about this offense, is that everyone thinks it's this high-flying, throwing the football offense, and it is. But when Heupel came in, Eric Gray transfers out because he's like, I'm not playing in that air raid system. But that's not even what it is.
It's not. I mean, everyone says that. Like I remember Desmond Howard from ESPN said that, and I was like, it's not an air raid. When you go look at the running numbers, they're the best in the SEC. Last year that was the case. Now, 2 years ago, it was one of the best in the SEC. Tennessee is going to mash you first.
He wants to run the football, and I think that's the most important thing. And you see those guys being nasty out there. One of the touchdowns, I think it was the left guard and left tackle, right guard and run tackle. They had a guy on skates, blindside, pushing him
Look at that hole right behind the center position.
Look at the center out there looking good. But, yeah, we want to run the football, and I think that's the mentality that we want. I think that's the mentality that Coach Heupel is going to try to prove every single day.
Now, with all this said, in the age of NIL, you've invested a whole lot in the guy that is throwing the football. And you establish the run in this game. Nico then established the passing game. If that first half is any indication of what we're going to see, it's going to be a whole lot of fun while that cat's here.
It's going to be a whole lot of fun while he's here. I think this is what we've been waiting on, the anticipation of Nico Iamaleava coming in here. And I've been practicing.
Okay then.
It's that Catholic education, Z.
Okay. Good job. I mean, it's UTC, okay? But at the same time, you can tell the difference with Nico at quarterback. The receivers never broke stride. I mean, they caught it in stride.
That's beautiful.
Not slowing down at all. Every pass was catchable. I mean, he was very efficient. That's what you want, and that's what makes him so special.
I want to save the conversation about the defense for the next segment. I'm not going there quite yet, but you made a comment there. You said it was just UTC. And while I understand that, tell Michigan, tell Texas Tech, tell Oregon about the Georgia States of the world that you pay a lot of money to come in to get their butt handed to them, and then they leave town. You don't feel real good about yourself. So you do leave this game feeling as good as you should against a team that you should feel that good. You look at the keys to the game, and Chris, what stands out to you? You got better eyes than I do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we played the way we were supposed to be played. I mean, Tennessee had a bunch of yards on offense, I think over 700 yards of offense, and you really got to see a lot of different things. And the best part about it is Nico didn't even play the second half, Swain.
Well, last year, Tennessee was one of the worst teams in the SEC in the red zone. And I know that was a point of emphasis for Coach Heupel this year, is to get back to being really good in the red zone. 7 for 7 is what stands out to me about yesterday's game.
So offensively, we didn't see a number of guys we thought we would hear about at the wide receiver position. And by the way, it's easy to talk about the offensive line, unsung heroes, but the wide receivers, we heard about a number of names, didn't really get to everybody, I don't think, which is a good thing. It speaks to the depth.
I think this is the first time in a while we see at Tennessee where we have depth at multiple positions, and the wide receiver position is one of those. I mean, when you bring in a guy like Brazil from Tulane, you expect for him to play.
Mike Matthews.
You get Brew back. You got Brew. So there's a lot of guys who didn't get to play, but these guys know and they understand that there's a lot of guys that have a lot of experience in front of them and that they'll get their opportunity, and that opportunity will come sometime in the future.
Matthews is banged up, Mike Matthews. That's why you didn't see him.
Sure.
Brew McCoy got a lot of catches because the coverage was just really soft to his side.
Yeah.
And he was playing on the short side of the field, which makes that a short throw. That's layup city all day long. So the coverage really helped Brew get all those passes. And then with Chris Brazzell, there's plenty of opportunities. And we're going to see from him his ability to catch the ball in 50-50 ball situations, out jumping, getting the rebound over people. 2 passes went out of bounds, thrown by Gaston Moore. But we saw some glimpses of Brazzell being really good for us.
Yeah, and you talk about another team that maybe didn't quite come out as fast as they wanted. That was Tennessee's next opponent, NC State. Tennessee is about an 8-point favorite in that game, by the way. Coming up a little later, Zakai Zeigler joins us in studio. So does Cooper Mays here on the Food City Locker Room, presented by Garza Law.
Zakai Zeigler's appearance on The Locker Room is brought to you by Lakewood Capital Group.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop,
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
At Glass Doctor, our trained specialists are experts at fixing foggy and cracked glass.
Looks great.
You're all set.
What we can't fix is your view.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
I was coming home and a lady hit me head on. It totaled my car. It fractured my right heel and it bruised me up really badly. The Garza Law firm, they were very compassionate, but yet they were very detailed. They didn't let me down. They never stopped fighting. It helped me regain confidence in law firms. I would definitely recommend the Garza Law firm.
The Garza Law firm. Let us help.
Hey, Sterling, man, come on, we got a roof to replace.
Let's go, baby.
Let's
go.
Hey, Sterling, you ready to go to the top?
Man, I can't believe you guys been doing this for 25 years. Oh, baby.
Now this is what I call a rooftop party.
We have 25 years experience in roofing and exterior renovations, and we're backed by the best.
Are you ready to get your rooftop party started? Give us a call, 865-524-5888.
I was the star around here until Glass Doctor installed this perfect shower enclosure. Now they look at me like, well, there you go.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
The Locker Room is brought to you by Food City. NPG Brain and Concussion, Knoxville Smiles, Glass Doctor, and Garza Law.
Okay, so let's head over to the defensive side. Once again, do you learn anything when you beat the Bearden middle schoolers?
Yeah, you do. I mean, again, everyone stayed healthy, which was your point. But I think we saw our defensive line dominate the line of scrimmage. Number 42 was playing reckless. So I think it was good to see a lot of those guys coming out and playing good defensive football. Nobody got hurt. You saw the secondary play really well. But obviously we were playing against a team that was inferior to us, but it's always good to get a shutout almost and do what they do.
Yeah, Tyree West had a sack, 2 tackles for loss. He was really active for Tennessee. One thing that stood out to me was how Tennessee was able to rotate 4 new players, it seemed like every other possession during their possession. And that's something that is going to give opposing offensive line some trouble.
Listen, if you're going to win in the SEC, in the 16-team league especially, I know it's UT Chattanooga. We'll always preface it by saying this, but the Mocs carried the ball 35 times for 74 yards. You know, NC State had a bit of a challenge pushing Western Kentucky around the other day. So just saying in the sense that NC State, I think they're right for the picking.
I think the depth that we've built is the right size guys. They're physical. They like to play upfield. So that's going to be a really positive thing to see these guys go in rotation against a team like NC State. Being in the trenches is very important.
Yeah, if you're Tennessee's defense, you're licking your chops because NC State struggled in the trenches. Now, they do have a really good receiver, Concepcion, who is really good, had 3 touchdowns in the first half. He's going to be an NFL guy, or the first game. He's going to be an NFL guy. And if you are NC State, you need him to have a big game to have a chance against Tennessee.
Yeah, but if you're Tennessee and you know they got the one guy, we're just talking about Tennessee's got 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee, they do. But again, one guy you throw the ball up, he can make some plays.
There's still questions at the secondary. I mean, there's still questions there. You got Boo Carter and Christian Harrison battling. I think Jamal McCoy is Tennessee's best cover guy. Will Tennessee follow Concepcion with McCoy? That's going to be the question. But if you're NC State, you try to get him the ball as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to try to get him the ball. I look for our guys to get some pressure. We need to create some more turnovers, too, I think. But getting the pressure up front, hopefully that'll create some time where the quarterback will throw the ball faster. But we do need to create turnovers. I think that'll allow us to play fast, and it'll really swing the game.
Yeah, you want the turnover margin to be in your favor a lot game per game. And for Tennessee against UTC, you left there with a 0 turnover margin. You gave up 1 on the interception by Gaston Moore, and you only got 1 turnover on the fumble recovery. So you want to create more turnovers.
However, at 69-3, how much are you showing?
I don't think they were showing very much at all. But, again, I think you still want to be able to create that. So we had guys flying around to the ball. We had guys doing different things. But I think at 69-3, you expect for a quarterback to throw a contested ball and you make that play. You expect for a strip sack. You expect for something like that.
I guarantee you Tim Banks wants more turnovers, for sure. And if you're going to be one of the best defenses in the country, you expect multiple turnovers against a team like UTC. And I expect that against North Carolina State.
So as you get into the rigors of the season, you get through NC State, and you come back for another scrimmage, and then you go to Norman and you play Oklahoma. That's the one where you look at and you say, having the depth that you've got on the defensive front to rotate those guys in a hostile setting, that's when it comes into play, does it not?
100%. I mean, obviously, we always talk when we played is you have to win on the road. And obviously, winning on the road starts up front with the offensive and defensive line. So those guys being deep, having a deep rotation, and being able to really push up front should be a real big advantage.
No, heck yeah. I mean, this is why you recruited the way you have. That's why the strength and conditioning program is so important. This is why competition is so important. To build that depth, to be able to go on the road and play teams like Oklahoma, go in a neutral site setting in Charlotte, which is down the street from North Carolina State, and be able to compete against a pretty good football team.
By the way, I said Western Kentucky. I meant Western Carolina. You look at the numbers for Western Carolina against NC State. 19 carries, 120 yards against that NC State front. They average over 6 yards a carry. Now, who are you going to tell me was out in that game?
I'm not going to tell you anything.
Okay,
what I'm going to tell you, if you're NC State, you've had 2 days extra because you're going to play on Thursday. You played on Thursday. They give you 2 extra days to prepare for Tennessee. You better be in full pass.
I think they were almost looking forward to us, kind of looking past the team they were playing. But I completely agree. Coach Heupel watched that film. I think Coop and all those boys will know we're going to run the football and we're going to be very physical. So NC State better be ready.
They better be ready.
All right, let's catch a break. Speaking of ready, we've got Zakai Zeigler and we've got Cooper Mays over there. We'll get to them right after the break in the Food City Player Perspective. That's when we come back.
Smile, guys.
The Locker Room is brought to you by Food City, Exterior Home Solutions, D1 Training, Lakewood Capital Group, Ted Russell Ford, and Garza Law.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop,
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
I see Marco's role in the community as somebody that people can look up to.
Marcos Garza is very thoughtful. He pays attention to the needs of the people in the community.
He's somebody that's very unselfish, somebody that's going to always be there.
Marcos Garza will work as hard as he can to get the best results for you.
In the future, no matter where I'm playing, no matter what the team I'm playing for, I'll always be on Garza's team.
The Garza Law Firm is Mama Zizi approved.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Come on, we got a roof to replace.
Let's go, baby. It's game time. Let's go.
Hey, Sterl, you ready to go to the top?
Man, I can't believe you guys been doing this for 25 years. Oh, baby.
Now this is what I call a rooftop party.
We have 25 years experience in roofing and exterior renovations, and we're backed by the best.
Are you ready to get your rooftop party started? Give us a call, 865-524-5888.
Knoxville Smiles depend on us to make your smile better. Knoxville Smiles, are you happy with your smile today? Knoxville Smiles, we're all about smiles.
Hey Lance, what makes you smile?
Pancake blocks.
What's up, guys? It's Devin Driscoll, owner of D1 Sports Training with locations in Hardin Valley and Blount County. If you're looking to take your athlete's sports performance to the next level or increase your overall sports performance and fitness, reach out to us at one of our locations in Hardin Valley or in Blount.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jody Griffin. I'm a dentist here in Knoxville, Tennessee. In 22, I had a wakeboard tower hit me on the head and give me a concussion. In my office, I show x-rays to my patients so they can see their teeth. I needed somebody to do the same thing for my brain, so I went to MPG. They did an EEG of my brain, and they were able to show me the activity of my brain and give me a diagnosis and a treatment plan. So I choose MPG because brains is what they do, and that's all they do.
Time now for the Food City Player's Perspective. A look inside the locker room with the Vols.
So right before the game started on Saturday, SEC Network got Zakai Zeigler, pulled him aside for an interview. And to me, I thought it was rather epic. And I thought maybe if you missed it, maybe we should share it with you.
Of the year. But Zakai, like, if you were on this football team right behind and Heupel said, I need you, what position you playing?
Oh, I'm playing DB, and I'm locking anybody up.
You said you would be a quarterback. If Coach Barnes says, hey, Zakai, you need to go recruit two of these cats out here on the football field to join you guys on the hard court this year, who you taking?
I think I'm going to have to go with Brew McCoy.
And hoop?
Yeah, I think Brew, I feel like Brew can hoop. I ain't seen it, but I feel like he can hoop. And I'm going to definitely go with my boy Dylan Simpson. I'm going to go with my boy Dylan Simpson.
Right now, I asked you all these transfer stuff. What instrument can you play? Hey, come on, you just got to be one right now. If you roll that over the van,
I'll be on the big drums. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to be on the big drums.
At the snare? I don't know. Is that a snare drum? What is that? I feel like you would be a smooth jazz kind of guy. Like you would get the saxophone?
Actually, when I was in middle school, I played the cello, believe it or not.
The cello?
I played the cello, and I was nice.
Hey, my man is nice on the court. He's nice with the cello. He's Zakai Zeigler, and he is an absolute star.
Yeah, Zakai, I'm not sure I'm really buying it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, well, in middle school, 7th and 8th grade, we had to play some type of instrument. I couldn't play other instruments because I had asthma. The violin, I don't know, it wasn't my thing. So the cello, I just said, why not? And I was actually good at it. Right now, I can admit, I ain't that good, but...
Okay. All right. Well, let's ask Cooper. Hey, let's see what Cooper played at Catholic. So I'll let you take it away. Food City Player Perspective.
Yeah, what's up, my boy? First off, congrats on the win.
No doubt.
Congrats on the win. That's first off. I was there for about half a quarter, because, you know, we've seen the scoreboard. But they're trying to be funny and say all this stuff about me playing the cello. Did you play any instruments?
Yeah, man. I actually played the banjo.
The banjo?
Yeah. I don't know if anybody around here's familiar with that, but I played the banjo for about a year.
That's like a ukulele, right? Like
it's close. It's close.
Like the little,
it's like a guitar, but no, it's like a guitar, but you like pick with your fingers. It's real some down south stuff.
Man, I would have never thought you would have said no banjo. That would have been the last thing.
Yeah, it's some southern stuff for sure.
Yeah, man. Well, I heard these old heads over here before. Like I told you, I was only there for about half a quarter, so I didn't really see too much that went on. Went home, didn't turn the game on, from being honest. I heard these old heads over here talking about the new technology. You can tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, no doubt. So the new thing we got, it's in the NFL already, but college we didn't have any recording stuff on the sidelines. It was banned. So new rule is you can get a big tablet, like a big iPad, and you can get instant feedback, you know, as needed.
Okay, yeah. Well, with us in basketball, we got these chips that we put in our jerseys for the games and our shorts for practice. Shows us like all the stuff, like all our data for us when we running, how fast we running, how slow we running, full court, half court, all this data stuff. And sometimes we even watch film at halftime when Coach Barnes is, you know, when we're not making him as happy as he need to be.
No doubt.
But
timeouts, y'all don't get to use them though?
Sometimes in timeouts, like they might pull it up on a little tablet or something. Like in the middle of the game, they might. That's really rare, but we don't really do that too much. And I'm glad about it, because you know, Coach Barnes, you gotta have short-term memory, because you know you got long-term memory with him. It ain't the best.
Yeah, no doubt.
Another question I had, because you know me and you, we're from two different places. We was talking about that a little bit before. What's your pregame playlist, like music you listen to?
Yeah, pregame playlist for me. It kind of changes every week. I don't really know, but something I always got to visit some like rock.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like some. I wouldn't say like some metal.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking in my head. Some hard metal.
Something like that. You know, to a certain degree. I try to not get too dark, but but something to get you right in the mental.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Some of my teammates, when we play, you know, like I like to listen to music, get me hype, get me turned up for the game.
Right.
So I got some teammates that can listen to like slow music, like jazz type of flow music, and I don't know how they could get into it. You know, you got any teammates like that?
Nah, I'm sure there's a few position groups. You know, with the big boys, you got to go to a dark spot. So that's probably not much on us. But if I was like a DB, like you said, DB, wide receiver, running back, you could probably do some slow stuff, something to get you right in the, you know, like flow state.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of pregame stuff, you got any rituals?
Man, I put all my pads on, and my knee braces. I put them all on the same exact order every time.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I got something crazy going on in my hair. If I'm playing good, and my hair was like freshly done, I got a haircut. Before the next game, I'm getting my hair done again, and I'm getting another haircut. But if my hair messed up and I play good, then it's like, all right, I'm gonna just keep leaving it messed up or whatever.
Yeah, you got to keep it the same.
Exactly.
Also, I don't know if y'all do this. We got beet juice shots. Y'all do that?
Yeah, we do that. I don't do that because it's nasty.
Oh, dude, it's nasty.
Beet juice is nasty.
Nah, y'all got to get on it. So if you get 3 beet, so this was yesterday. I usually do 2.
Yeah.
I do 2 beet juice shots before the game, but yesterday it was extra hot. So did 3 of them, you can breathe better. It'll be better for you. I know you play defense. I know how you play defense. I know that. I know it's got to be taxing. You got to incorporate that. As soon as you get in the locker room, like pregame, go ahead and down a beet shot, and then right after pregame warm-ups, when you go back in.
What are we doing?
Okay, yeah, I had a teammate that did that, Uros Plasvic, so that was our old big man, and this is Tennessee's big man. And I appreciate you coming on the show.
No, appreciate you, brother.
Back to you, Lil Mo.
Hey, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, talking about beat shots, Coop, just quick question for you. What's been the biggest adjustment, and what have you enjoyed most about playing with Nico? Obviously, you play with Hendo and you play with Joe. What have you enjoyed about doing with Nico?
I really enjoy the dynamic. It's a little bit different. I've talked about it before, but with Hendo and Joe, they were already older guys, kind of established, knew what they were doing already, and kind of didn't need my help as much. But Nico, from the moment he got here, he's been super good with just being humble and kind of just trying to get clued into the way I see things and why I'm calling stuff the way I'm calling it. And it's super cool to help him out and be able to come back and you know, make things run smoother.
You played in 3 openers with 3 different quarterbacks. Compare the tempo between the 3 quarterbacks and the 3 openers.
Man, that's kind of tricky. I'm the one that controls the tempo, so if the tempo wasn't really doing good, it wasn't on the quarterback. That was probably me being tired. But
you need one of those beet juice.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I didn't really start doing that till last year, and then, you know, I did a little bit better last year. But I feel like this past game we did really well. We played off of each other really well, you know, the run and the pass. So when you have good tempo and your runs are going good, it opens up the pass game a lot, especially over the middle.
Sounds good. Hey, Coop, thanks for coming in. Zakai, we'll see you next week, okay?
See you guys next week.
Sounds good.
Hi, I'm Laura Ash, your West Knoxville State Farm agent. I've been here in the Renaissance for 17 years, and I'd love to help your young football players or anyone with their car insurance, home insurance, and life insurance. Give me a call at Laura Ash State Farm.
I see Marco's role in the community as somebody that people can look up to.
Marcos Garza is very thoughtful. He pays attention to the needs of the people in the community.
He's somebody that's very unselfish, somebody that's going to always be there.
Marcos Garza will work as hard as he can to get the best results for you.
In the future, no matter where I'm playing, no matter what the team I'm playing for, I'll always be on Garza's team.
The Garza Law Firm is Mama Zizi approved.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Hi, I'm David Ball, National Sales Manager here at Legend Fitness. Legend Fitness has been built on longevity and quality. Our racks are fully welded and has the least amount of bolts in the industry, made to stand up to the test of time. Because at Legend Fitness, we deliver quality and we want our customers to be Legend strong.
Hey, Tim Hoskins here from Covenant Sports Medicine. I'm the corporate manager of sports medicine, and I want to speak a little bit to our community partners and relationships that we have. We partner with FC Alliance Soccer, LeConte Center at Pigeon Forge, Johnson University, numerous high schools in and around the area, AAU basketball, Morristown Landing, travel hockey, volleyball, lacrosse, you name it, we're probably involved. What a lot of people don't know about Covenant Health is we're a nonprofit, community-based healthcare delivery system. We provide services in your community. If you ever need help with some event medicine or sporting event, scan the QR code at the bottom. Covenant Health, our mission is to improve lives through better health.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank, life made better.
Keys to Victory is brought to you by Garza Law.
So we turn our attention now to the game against NC State this weekend. The Keys to Victory brought to you by Garza Law. Keys to a win this week.
You know, obviously I want us to just be efficient. I mean, I think defense is going to play well, continue to play well. Special teams be special. I mean, obviously we want to see them continue to do things and not have any gaps, and then control the line of scrimmage. We saw kind of how NC State played in their first game. We saw how our guys rushed and pushed some guys around. So I want to continue that. Swain?
Closing the half, I think is very, very important. I think Josh Heupel wasn't the most happiest when it came to the first half close versus UTC. That's something I think Tennessee needs to do really, really well versus NC State. And then number two, man, control the passing game versus NC State. They have a really great receiver. You can do that with a great pass rush. And then win the field position game. You have a good defense, force NC State to go 80-plus yards to score touchdowns instead of working with a short field.
I think number one's always stay healthy early season just because it's a long season, especially that quarterback position. I mean, you've got depth in a lot of spots. You lose number 8, and then all of a sudden the whole year changes. Yep. So that's key number one. And also, I mean, we've been watching Tennessee football for a long time. They're landmine games. Sometimes they're those games that it's like, just take care of your business, get out of there, get back home at 2-0, and move on to the next game. We'll see you next week. Tennessee and NC State this Saturday. Vols about an 8-point favorite. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.
A little more.